Today we're going to be installing Kali Linux. If you're into ethical hacking, penetration testing, and cybersecurity, this is the Linux for you. Now, we're going to be installing this alongside Windows or Mac OS using VirtualBox. Before we install Kali Linux, we need to check to see whether we have virtualization enabled on our system. To do this, we're going to go down to the taskbar here. We're going to right click, Task Manager, and then we're going to head over to the Performance tab here. Click on that. We're going to scroll down if we have to, and we're going to look for virtualization, and it says enabled, which is good. Now if it's not enabled, we're going to have to restart the computer, and to do this, go to your start menu, hold down shift, go to the power button here, restart. This will take us into recovery. When you get to this menu, go to troubleshoot, go to advanced options, go to UEFI firmware settings, restart. Once you're in the UEFI settings, once you're here, go down to BIOS setup, advanced, system options, and over here we have virtualization technology and virtualization technology for direct IO VT enabled. Once that's done, save changes and exit. Now even if virtualization is enabled, Windows Hyper-V can interfere, so log back in and go down to magnifying glass, type in CMD, right click on this, run as administrator, agree, yes. Now in this window here, I want you to type exactly what you see on the screen. And hit enter. Now after that, restart your PC, the changes to take effect. Now that virtualization is enabled and Hyper-V is disabled. Now let's open our browser and go to virtualbox.org, go to download, and download for Windows, download for Mac. We're going to download for Windows. Let that download. And we're going to download the VirtualBox extension pack. This enables drag and drop and a few other useful options. Once that's downloaded, close your browser. Now let's install VirtualBox. Locate your installation file in your downloads folder. Go to downloads. Now right click on VirtualBox installation, run as administrator. Yes. Now go through the steps and accept and then install VirtualBox. Now click finish to complete the installation. Now double click on the Now let's install the extensions. Go to the tools menu, click on here, extensions. Now install. Go to your downloads. Click on the extension pack, open, install, scroll down, I agree. Now once the extensions are installed, now that's it, VirtualBox is fully set up and we can go download our Kali Linux. Go to kali.org, go to download. Now you'll notice there's two options here, one ready set up for virtual machines and one that is a normal installation. We're going to go with the normal installation as this gives you more options from the desktop environment, XFC, Genome, KDE, and also the tools that you can choose from. So click on that one, x86 64-bit ISO, and then download it. And once that's complete, it's time to set up our VirtualBox. So close this window down. Once that's complete, now open VirtualBox, double click, go to Machine, New, name it Kali Linux. Here it's going to ask you for the ISO image, so we're going to select it. Go to Downloads, select the image, go Open. Type is Linux and Ubuntu 64. Go Next. Now for system memory, I have 16 gig. Minimum is 4 gig. I recommend at least 6 to 8. So don't go more than half of your memory, as it could slow your machine down, your host machine. So go to about 6 gig of memory on my machine, and I got 12 CPU cores. So I'm just going to use 5 cores. Hit Next. Now a virtual hard disk. If you have a lot of space, I'd recommend going about 50 gig. Change it to 50. Go Next. Go Finish. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to go to Settings, and we're going to tweak a few settings. Now go to General tab, select Advanced, Shared Clipboard, go Bidirectional, and drag and drop, select Bidirectional. This will help seamless file share between your host and virtual machine, enabling drag and drop between the two. Now go to Display, and go Video Memory, use 128 meg. Now go to Storage. If you didn't select your ISO file before, this is where you go to the empty. Normally it's empty, and you'll select your ISO file from here. So if you already selected it, don't worry about it. Now finally, go to Network Settings. You can leave it as NAT for basic internet access, or you can select Bridge Adapter, so Kali Linux can receive its own hardware address, which helps enable Kali Linux to be accessible from other devices on the network. Now once everything is set up, hit OK to save all the settings we just changed. Now double click on the Kali Linux virtual machine to get it started. It'll take a few seconds to get to this screen here, and we're going to select graphical install, enter. Now from here, select your preferred language, go continue, select the country, continue, and select your keyboard layout, American English, continue, and just enter the default name, Kali, and go continue. Now for the domain name, you can leave it blank unless you're setting up in a business network. So just hit continue. Now let's create a user account. Enter your full name, continue, make a password, so forget this password, you'll never get back into your Linux. Select your state. Now it's time to partition the disk. You're a beginner. Use guided, use entire disk. If you know what you're doing, select the other options. But we're going to go with the first option. Continue. Select the virtual disk, continue. On this screen, select all files in one partition. This is the easiest setup, keeps it simple. Go continue. Finally, select finish partitioning and write changes to disk and go continue. Choose yes to confirm the changes and continue. Now once we get to this screen, it was going to give you the option for desktop environments. Now default is XFC, it's very lightweight, it's good for older computers, but it's also fast and it's a no fuss user interface. Genome is more polished, but requires more RAM and CPU usage, and KDE Plasma is even more fancy with a lot more customization, and it requires more CPU and RAM than the tool above it. I'm just going to leave it as default and go continue. On this screen, it's going to ask you to install the Grub bootloader. This is to ensure that it boots into Kali Linux correctly. Just select yes and continue. Then select the virtual drive you created before. Go continue. Once you see the installation is complete, hit continue and your system will reboot. Now once you're at the login screen, enter the username you created before and the password as well. Before continuing, let's expand the screen of your Kali Linux to take up your entire screen of your computer. Now press the right control button and F at the same time to do this. If you ever want to exit the full screen mode, just press Control F and you're back to the small window. Now let's update Kali Linux. So we have the latest tools, security patches, and updates. Right here is the terminal. Click on that. Run the following command to update all system files and programs. And hit enter. Now that it has completed its update, let's verify to see if Kali Linux has updated correctly and installed correctly. Run the following command. cat space /etc /os minus release. Enter. As you can see, Kali Linux version 2025.2. If you want to see CPU and memory usage, run the following command. Sudo apt install htop. Put your password in. Now run the following command. htop and hit enter. This brings up all the processors, CPU and RAM usage. Very handy. Now that Kali Linux is installed, let's make it even better by doing the following. Installing VirtualBox Guest Additions. This will enable extra functionality. Will enable clipboard sharing, drag and drop files between the host OS and the virtual environment. The good thing about Kali Linux is it already has the repositories for this available. So go back to terminal, type in the following command, type in exactly as you see it here, and hit enter. Now let's test to see if everything is working correctly by seeing if display scaling works. Come up here, just type in display, go to display, and from here I'll adjust the display scaling to 1.25. and hit apply. And as you can see, it works. Next, let's test keyboard sharing. Let's open the text editor and type some gibberish in here. Okay. I'm going to go right click, copy. And then we go to desktop on the host system. Go new, text document. Go paste. As you can see, works perfectly. And then let's try some numbers from Notepad. Copy. Right click, paste. As you can see, that works perfectly as well. Close that window. And finally, let's try drag and drop. We'll go into our Windows 11 PC, go to downloads, and let's drag and drop these two files onto the desktop of Kali Linux. And there you have it. Files transferred. And now let's create a shared folder between Kali Linux and Windows 11. Go to Explorer on Windows 11. Go to Documents. Right click, New folder, and name it Kali _ shared. And then let's go to downloads. Let's grab these two files. Let's cut them. Go back to documents. Let's drop them in here. Paste them. Close that window. Now VirtualBox, go to your virtual machine and select Kali Linux and go to settings. Go down to shared folders. Click the plus sign on the right hand side. Scroll down where it says folder path, go other. Go to documents. Select this folder. Now auto mount. Leave the mounting point blank. And hit OK. Hit OK. Now launch your Kali Linux again. Now as you can see, we're back on desktop of Kali Linux. And there's our shared folder. And there's our files. And that's it. We've now set up Kali Linux optimized and fully functional. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this very helpful, please like and subscribe. Support the channel. We've got more content coming. Thanks for watching.